Và ngay bây giờ, chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau đến với phần trình bày đầu tiên của Affirmative Team. The first speaker of the Affirmative Team, welcome on stage, Moon.
Greeting judges, fellow debaters, including my opposing team and my fellow teammates. So here, my name is Moon, and I'm the first speaker in the affirmative team. So now, we're standing here debating with the motion that this House prefers a world ruled by AI programmed to maximize the utility by calculating the actions most guaranteed to reduce the greatest global suffering. So as the first speaker, I would like to firstly define the motion. So here, we have this about a world ruled by AI. So what does it mean here? So you see, from all the improvements in AI and what has it done, someday AI would basically take over the world, including solving problems and making things better. Also, now about the global suffering. In these days, global suffering is like climate change, natural disasters, and so much more. These are like environmental problems to our environment. Now, here I would like to go through my one argument for this motion, that AI can help with global suffering. So here, AI can calculate like the data and to help like find the data for the global suffering. So with AI's help, we can be able to solve the global suffering, including climate change and the other disasters that the world is happening now. So again, with the AI's help of collecting data and other things, AI can help solve these problems. So, in conclusion, me and my team believe that the House prefers a world ruled by AI to help the global suffering, to solve the global suffering. Thank you.
Our humans nowadays is letting our creation take over the lead of the world. To greeting judge and fellow debaters, my name is Cherry, and I am the first speaker of the affirmative team. My goal here is to prove you that we should not let AI to take over the world as is just some basically good programmed that can help us for some solving problem in the futures. As the first speaker of the affirmative team, the negative team, my speech here will divide into two parts. First, I'm going to engage with a couple of rebuttals. Second, I'm going to start along with extending my team's case. For the rebuttals, your claim about AI, about improvement, and rule the word about things that you have said for the first speaker of the affirmative team. My rebuttals for this and my reason for this is, with AI ruling the world, we had to improve it, and with this, we can cause our creation to take over the lead instead of us. And our humans ourselves is the person who has responsibility for these problems. Moving on is my speech about my first argument, as I label this, is how AI can take over us instead of solving these problems that is responsibility for us. With AI improving to help us with global problems, we need to put them into a newer stage. And with this, AI can be independent themselves and take over our leads of the whole world. And also, you yourself is letting one of the humans' creation to take over the lead, and which is along with the responsibility of us, while that we are the one who need to be the lead along with solving these problems. The impact of this, if we're letting AI take over the world, is we can be slavery to them and doing their purpose instead of using them to do their purpose, because we're letting AI to rule the world. My second argument is about this can have flaws, and AI can do the solving problems wrongly. So even AI can't foresee the future, and AI especially use existent information not secrets government have. And there's also flaws in these actions in the future because we're not sure about what will happen in the future. The impact of this is the future can be a destruction because of the AI informations, along with the responsibility of us to use our creative to solve this instead of AI, because AI is using information created by us. So in conclusion, me and my team firmly believe that we should not let good programming AI to take over the world to solve the problems that should be solved by us, since we're responsibility for this. And my team are proudly to represent the negative team of this motion. Thank you.
Dear honorable judges, worthy opponents, and my beloved teammates, I am here as the second speaker of my team affirmative, and I'm for the motion that this House prefers a world ruled by AI program to maximize utility by calculating the action most guaranteed to reduce greatest global suffering. To begin with, AI. Let's talk about AI-powered decision making. So it can be more objective, impartial, and free from emotion and biases. It can also analyze large amount of data in real time, making it better to solve complex problems and make data-driven decisions. It is not affected by the emotion, greed, or anger. So the second idea is the adaptivity of AI. AI can learn new things very quickly and deep understanding. Adapt their strategies as our understanding of global issues evolve over time. AI could approach and ensure maximum utility is achieved. Next, efficiency and accuracy of AI. So AI can quickly evaluate problems, predict outcomes, identify the action that are most likely to minimize the suffering on the world scale. It saves time, resources, and prevent unnecessary harm. Next is consistent. This link with the AI power decision making. It's not like humans. AI are not affected by external factors like their mood or their circumstances. AI programming would consistently apply its principle to the world. So to rebut the first speaker of the narrative team idea, I want to say that we can create a program that controls the AI movement, to not AI to be free at the whole part, so we will not be the slave of the AI. So the world ruled by AI is just for AI to help us to maximize the utility, not for us to do things for them. Thank you for listening. I rest my case.
So, greeting judge and fellow debaters, dear audience and the judges. My name is Max, and today I'm going to debate the motion that this House prefers the world ruled by AI to program to be maximized utility by calculating the actions most guaranteed to reduce the greatest global suffering. So now I would like to start with my rebuttals. So first, the neutralness in AI. You said that AI can be solving all those problems around the world. Well, the neutralness in AI makes it that it has no opinions. It's just based on the facts and just leaves the decision on us. And you said about AI being the most efficiency and all those accuracy. Well, I can tell you something, that in this world there's nothing that is perfect, and if it is perfect, then it's not from this world. And that is what the ancestors told us from around the world, and nothing is guaranteed. So now I would like to continue on my points and extend my team's case. So my first point is that the money and energy lost, and nothing is cheap. AI can be training from $320,000 to be programming one AI, and it makes $3 to $12 million to train one AI. And that amount of money can be used on other things, like to reduce global warming, to be planting trees, and solving everything of those geoengineering that we can do. Second of all, I would like to ask you a question. What is global suffering inside your thinking? What we think about global suffering here is that all those wars and all those epidemics that suffer the world the most and affect the people around you. This is why I believe that the world should not be ruled by AI, but should be ruled by us, because we are the creators of AI, not them. And they shouldn't have the power to rule their own creators. Thank you for listening.
I'm the third speaker of the affirmative team. And first, I'd like to start with my rebuttal. So my first rebuttal is for the second speaker. Because AI is neutral and has no opinion, it gives the AI the power to give only the facts and only the best possible solution to a problem. Imagine if AI wasn't neutral, it would be biased and give wrong solutions, and it would not be the most effective solutions to those problems. And even if you spend a lot of money to put in one AI, that AI could create more AIs. There are such AIs that are able to create other AIs and are able to program and make other AIs and work the same as the original one. So now to my main point. AI can be programmed to prioritize the needs to take control of the majority of the human population. This can help minimize the harm and injustice. For example, an AI can stand at a neutral standpoint rather than a judge who, although through education, can still be biased. This technology of AI can also help us in a lot of situations, a lot of controversial situations happening around the world. My next point is that AI can consider the long-term consequences and the decisions. For example, the environmental impact, the economic response, which humans cannot make a good decision because AI can consider all of the options compared to humans who has a limit on their brain and can only consider a set amount of options. This lets the AI see through all the possible futures and pick the best one for humanity. I rest my case.
Hello everyone, my name is Chip, and I am the third speaker of the negative side of the motion that's this house prefers a world ruled by a benevolent AI, calculated program to maximize utility by calculating the actions most guaranteed to reduce the greatest global suffering. First off, I would like to redefine stuff to freshen out your memory and your definitions on these keywords. First off is, what is maximizing utility? The last speaker of the affirmative sides kept saying something about maximizing utility, yet he did not say what is the maximum utility of an AI. Like, so far as I have learned, that utility is created is somewhat similar to versatile, and utility is made in order for them to help in the best way. And next off is, if you pay attention to the motion, it says, oh, this thing here doesn't work. Sorry. If you pay attention to the motion, it says most guaranteed. Most. Most is a word that defines that not as 100%. So because of that, there is still room for error. Yes, error. And if we rely on this too much, and if we rely on this, it would be drastic. There is always room for error. And as I quote from the last speaker, if it's perfect, it's not from this world. And finally, global suffering. Global suffering, my overall team said that global suffering can be counted as war, social problems, and that team said about climate change and weather and disasters. Well, I would like to say, and I quote from a website, that the greatest threat to humanity is humanity itself. You know, us humans don't agree on anything at all. If there is like a poll, there will be at least one person that disagrees with any given motion. And because of that, racism, gender inequality and war exist. Why? We hate one another. We want our counterparts, our same human beings, to die, and because of that, we disagree with each other, and in turn, that would create problems that an AI may or may not can't handle. Now, first off, what if, take an example of the Ukrainian-Russian war. The war is currently very bad, and if we were to make an AI to solve that, no, not solve, but calculate the possibility of every possibility of every single solution that we made, it wouldn't actually fit. Why? Well, I got two ifs. First if is that if the war suddenly branches out of the way it has been and somehow switches from conventional war into unconventional war, such as morale decreasing, nukes, and basically the three big bads, Agent Orange and Agent Stuff, or biological weapons, or nukes, which is the worst case scenario. If the war were to branch out like that, the resources that we have right now on the AI, AI works that we feed the AI data, and the AI produces a solution based off of those data. And what if those data are outdated? Those data are incorrect. Those data is biased. That will be catastrophic for both sides, and because of that, relying too much on AI would be catastrophic, of course. Well, that basically sums up my entire debate. Thank you for listening. This is a short one. Please apologize. I don't have much time.
Yeah, take it short. Because the last speaker have to give a conclusion. That's why you have 1 more minute.
Okay, so greetings everybody. Greetings judges, my opponents, and my teammates. Firstly, I would like to start with the rebuttals. Firstly, to rebuttal the first speaker of the negative team. She said that the problems by humans should only be solved by humans. So, what is the reason of creation of AI? Let's just say that the humans need help. Human brains have a limitations as how they can manage the informations and how they can solve problems. So that's why they created AI. So we can just use AI as a tool, not as something that we can just fully rely on. Okay. For the second speaker, AI is not based on opinion, and so this only creates information at a factual level. This further supports my idea for a teammate's idea. My second speaker teammate's idea, as AI cannot be biased and create informations that relate in the moral world. And the second idea is nothing is perfect. Yes, nothing is perfect, but it can be guaranteed to be most perfect, which is mean the closest to the percent of 100. 99, 98, 97, blah, blah, blah. Everything is like that. Well, what does AI help us? AI, unlike the human brain, does not have a limitation. They can process information all over the internet or information that they are fed. They can create situations scenario, every single thing that could happen in one single line of work. Another thing is a waste of money. Well, let's see how many AIs are there actually useful and that actually needs training. GPT-4, GPT-3, and ChatGPT, the original one. Well, how much AI is actually being used to? I call that an offense. AI actually being used for information searching and for use to help us humans solve problems. It is actually not a waste of money. It is what we call an investment. We can use AI to invest the money that we already had in in proclaiming AI that already study and have fed enough information, enough good information to make more situations and to solve more problems for us. Another thing that I would like to find in the flaws of the second speaker is that when his last quote, he said that we create AI, not AI created us. Yes, that is actually correct because AI is not capable of manipulating and creating children's. That is a joke. The third speaker is most guaranteeing, and AI is not is like the most guaranteed, but there's still more room for errors. Yes, that is true. Nothing is perfect, and if it's perfect, it's out of this world, as the second speaker said. And because AI creates information from good information online that is being fed through machine learning, and if you were to say AI, and if AI were to be meant to use to feed bad information, there is a thing we call machine learning. What is that? It's actually a process of AI learning from the process that it contains information already to create more information or to change the problem, solve the thingy. Another thing is that the third speaker, right? Yeah. The speaker used the Russian and Ukraine war. Well, what does that come from? Emotions. Is this because NATO requested Ukraine to give them their land to create war, and Russia was mad at it because they doesn't want a military protective around Ukraine, which is borderline into Russia. So what does that create? War, global suffering, people, refugees suffering because of the war in Ukraine. Now moving on to my ideas. Firstly, as said before, the brain of human can be fallible and sometimes can be biased, and our judgment or our decision making is prone to error and bias, as said before. But an AI power world would have more access to more information and further processing power, allowing it to work with more information or to help us to have allowing it to make more informed information a decision to reduce global suffering or anything. Another thing that is what is that emotions. Let's say you are in a test room. How would you feel? Anxious, stressed. How does that affect your result? It really affects a lot of problems with the result. As confidence, it is a problem with humans. With AI, we don't have the problem anymore, since it will provide us with information, reduce the stress or reduce the anxiousness. As with humans, we can do it. Just like NASA. Okay, to take NASA's example. Why are they because humans are afraid of failures, and that is why we need AI to calculate all the possible solutions or outcome of the problem. Now, another thing is that, just take example, what is the most human helping field that is in the medicinal field? Just like this, there are millions and millions of botanical different chemicals that we can use to make a medicine. But human brains all have limitations. Let's just say human brains have a big limitation. We cannot even handle all the information. That's why we need the AI to compile the information or to process it so that
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what? Another thing.
Time's up.
So my time starts now, I guess. So greetings, judges. My name is Sam, and today we're going to discuss about this topic. And I'm going to get straight into this. And this topic is very imaginable. Imaginable, not reality. Let me explain. So let's just start with my rebuttals first. So this last speaker of the affirmative team just make lots of contradictions in a 4-minute mark, which is unbelievable. So this guy, he said that let's use AI as a tool, not relying on it. While the second speaker, while the topic, it said that a world ruled by AI, which means we rely on AI, right? So there's some kind of weird contradictions between here. And he also said that AI can't born babies, which is also weird and bizarre. While the third speaker, he said that AI can program other AI, and there's such AI like that. And I need statistics for that, and there's also contradictions here too, which is really weird. And so this whole team here hasn't defined the word greatest global suffering. Anyone here knows what's the greatest global suffering? Well, for me and my team, I define as social-related problems, humans-related problems, racism, gender inequality, and most importantly, war. And this whole team here, they keep talking about environmental issues relating to medic and all those stuff. And I don't see that as the greatest global suffering. Because if we haven't solved social related problems, why are we branching into other problems which is not urgent, right? And so let's get further into my rebuttals. So if you can't solve, this AI thing, of course, I agree to some of the ideas that AI can solve problems pretty efficiently, I would say. But if there's a new problem branching from the old problem, then I doubt that AI can creatively create new ideas to combat that new problems branching from the old one. And that's why we should not let a world ruled by AI, because we need creativity. Because if something goes wrong in that program, then AI cannot creatively create new solutions. So we need humans' creativity to effectively solve problems. And the affirmative team, they haven't seen like the impactful of AI. So they haven't explained like what is maximum utility. And when you're combating a global scales problems and suffering, it is completely different when you're combating like your daily issues and all those stuff. So all of their ideas is, I can go as far as saying that it is irrelevant. So judges, as you can see that all their ideas, all those contradictions, it is so unrelated to this topic. Like if you take a closer look, there's bunch of contradictions. And so summarizing off my teammate's idea, the first thing and the most important thing is that nothing is guaranteed. Because the topic said that you can create actions to combat with most guaranteed solutions. And if there's the word most, then there's definitely rooms for flaws. And nothing's cheap. The last speaker, he said that you can use investment. Oh wow, investment for what? For such imaginable future that a world ruled by AI can effectively solve global scale problems. And he just keeps saying that, oh, Ukrainian and Russia, and the Russian war, it is irrelevant. What? It is a global scale suffering. It is war. It is the greatest global suffering. Humans have to endure such harmful and toxic society, such harmful and ideas and all those kind of like, it is unimaginable how much pain they have to carry on their back. So why are you saying that this war, this specific Ukrainian and Russian war is irrelevant to this topic? I don't understand. And so the thing is that like the most essential and important thing that humans create
3,
AI.
2,
And so
1.
my team
Time's up.
definitely disagrees to this topic. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, son. Và thưa quý vị, như vậy đó chính là hai phần tranh biện của hai team rất là tuyệt vời. Các bạn đã có rất là nhiều những cái ý tưởng đặc biệt cũng như là táo bạo trong ngày hôm nay. Và ngay bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau lắng nghe những nhận xét đến từ đại diện của ban giám khảo thầy Matt. Now we would like to invite Mr. Matt to give some comments on the team performance and announce the winner team.
All right, guys, just wanted to give you some quick feedback here. So I've seen you over the last couple of weeks with the debate. You've gotten a lot more focused on what you need to do. I really like the teamwork from the negative side. I told you guys, once you guys started and you got your subject, you guys started talking, but I wish you would have talked more. You guys didn't talk at all, or talked a little bit. So I needed you guys to focus more. I was watching both teams, and the negative definitely had a better strategy, so they almost won this from the beginning. I also like the fact that you guys started attacking more the points of each other, so you were listening to what someone said and attacking. Next time, don't go too far-fetched about making up, and also don't quote from things. Like I said, I read a quote on the internet, or kind of making up stuff. Negative, I wish you guys would have defined your global sufferings a little earlier. That our global sufferings are gender inequality, racism, and whatever. So you'd have to define those on your side so you could stick to something more focused and attack. But after the whole debate, I got to give it the negative for their presentation content and better preparedness.